Hello, welcome to Knit Night. I'm Liz, and Teresa's here with me. And hi, you just have us today. Joe Bob might be here a little bit later, and we might have a couple other people popping in. So welcome, and welcome to Monday Night Knit Night. So how are things with you, Therese?
Things are cold here, which is pretty much the opposite of where you are. We're in the
We're
50s,
90. We're
rainy,
over
and
90.
yeah, you know, 53, 54, rainy,
Huh,
disgusting.
I wish we were 53 or 54. It's
Eh,
over 90 today
Why don't
because,
we like in the middle somewhere? That would be
I
good.
know it's like our temperatures decided, let's not be October. Let's be, hotter than some places are in the summer.
Mm, I
So,
want it.
so what you been up to other than watching your sports teams?
Watching my sport. I only watched no. I only watched one sports team this week because one had a bye, which is good. Um, and then of course
Hey, my,
everybody else in our division won. So
hey,
we end
mine's
up.
not the worst team. They're close to the worst team, but they're not the worst team. So thank goodness for small favors.
That's true.
So
So what
what
are
are
you
you
working
working on?
on?
Oh,
Oh, you tell me.
yeah, you can tell us that we planned this. I'm working on a shawl design that I started last week on a swatch with a different yarn, and then this is going to be the final one. It's a moonstone
Nice.
from Toad Hollow, and I've been hoarding this colorway for a couple years.
Hmm.
They stopped dying for a while, but now they're back and they have this colorway, so I'm very excited. I'll be looking for test knitters next month or in December. It's going to be a two skein shawl. And I almost finished clue one on my MCAL, but I put it aside because I want to see the rest of the clues before I decide how I'm going to play with my colors.
Yeah,
Since it's a design your own shawl, evidently. So
pretty much.
I'm going to, play around with the colors. And I've never done that. The other one I did, I followed exactly what he said. And
Hmm.
I've looked at so many MCAL's pictures where people kind of put their own twist on them, and they're so unique and pretty. So I want
Hmm.
to do that. So yeah. So what you working on?
Okay, let's see. Okay, this has made some progress because I haven't talked about it for a while. This is well, hold on. This thing, let me tell you something. Calvin is in big trouble. Calvin
Uh-oh.
likes yarn. Calvin likes sweaters. Calvin drags my sweaters onto the floor so he can lay on them.
Uh-oh. Calvin's going
Which
to be in trouble.
which if I knit everything in white would be okay. But no. So yeah, this ended
If
up
you
on the floor and okay, let me see if I can show it. This is the front.
if you knit
This is
everything in white, you'd be insane.
yeah, because I drink too much coffee. So here's my calliope. I have
Ooh, I love
finished the
that color.
body. Body's finished. It's
Nice.
hard. You can't see the color. And
No, but it's that purpley color.
part of a sleeve.
Nice.
Yes. So we have worked on it. I put it up for a while because I was doing obligation stuff. So now I'm back to it. Now I'm on Ribbed Sleeve Island.
Yeah, but you'll get it done before it gets really cold there, and you'll wear it all the time. So
Yeah, it's still, I mean, it's cold now, but it's still not cold enough for this.
yeah,
Cashmere,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
What else do I have? Oh, I have my pure puritanical knit fun run situation station, whatever.
I don't think there's a station in that one,
I
is there?
don't know. Just puritanical fun run. So this is the what's it called? The Italian summer scarf. I have done.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Look, Amy. Look, there's holes. Holes,
We know
Amy.
how Amy feels about holes.
Loves holes. So my Italian summer scarf is being made in black alpaca, like you do.
Nice.
So we all know this. I'm on the second ball. So it'll be two balls going one way and then two balls going the other way.
That's not too bad.
Nope.
What weight is it?
It says worsted, but I think it's more of a DK. Yeah, it says worsted, but it's a light worsted. I don't know. I think it's on size 5s or 6s or something. I'm so
Alpaca will
technical.
be super warm though.
It's going to be very warm. I was going to do just one ball one way and one ball the other way, but I'm like, no, I'll have it a little bit longer.
Well, black's a good color because you can wear it with everything. So,
Well, that's what I do. Even Calvin, I wear it with Calvin. So that's my
see,
works.
Dan is getting us to, be so efficient about knitting black where, there's projects we've had planned, but I don't really want to work with black yarn, but now we are.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
mine
I
is
think
mostly done, but
okay.
I don't have it with me. I just need to do the sleeves and attach them and do the yoke. But I put it aside because I needed a smaller needle for my sleeves. And I'm
Right.
working on this instead. And we have a whole nother month, so
Month
I'll
and
get
a half.
it done before that. Yeah, I'll get it done before then.
Right. Yeah, I had to get some. I have FOs because my birthday knitting. So I had to do birthday knitting first, and then I'll get back to it.
Yeah, I mean, you got time.
Yep.
So thank you, Anne and DK, for making that a little bit longer, giving people a chance to work on things because there's so many cows going on.
Well, I know a lot of people are doing sweaters for it, and I would like to, but I also know that would stress me out so bad, and I would just
Well,
paralyzed and not be able to do it.
the one I'm doing is a 16 stitch gauge, so it's about the same gauge as the ranunculus.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes pretty fast. So,
Yeah,
otherwise, I would not have done one.
Yeah.
It's worsted, but I'm holding worsted with lace weight to make it a little thicker.
Nice.
Yeah, my daughter gets cold a lot, so even living in the desert, she gets cold. She's weird. We go walking in the morning, and she's got a jacket sweater and long pants, and I'm like in a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well, she
still
probably
hot.
doesn't have personal summers like some of us do.
Yeah, those personal hot spots that we get, that are not fun.
No.
At
But
all.
could be worse.
It could be worse. So we're lucky. So
do you have any finished objects?
Nope, not this week.
No. All the sweaters, I guess not.
No, I haven't. Well, I haven't worked on the black one in about a week because I was doing the MCOW. And then I redid my MCOW because I loved my colors, but I just wasn't happy with them. And then I decided to switch to a different set of colors, and I went up a needle size to make it a little bigger because the drape was too tight because I'm a loose knitter. And with all those ends woven in, I wanted it a little bit more drapier. So, but yeah, it's in timeout till I get all the clues, and then I'll play around with the colors because that's what you do. Oh, wow. That would be terrible. I have only been hot-blooded for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
No. I would love to live in a place where it actually got cold in the winter because then I could wear all my knits. That's why most of my knits are fingering weight or sport weight because to me, I can't wear anything much lighter, but so hopefully our other friends are all okay. Some of our friends are sick. Yes. Hopefully Neil's not dying anymore.
There's something going around the internet.
I know. You can't blame it on school kids.
Well, it is cold and flu season.
It is, and it's back to school, and that's when kids usually bring home all the germs. But my kids are adults. They go to college, so I don't know what germs they're bringing home from there.
I don't want to know what germs they're bringing home. That could be a whole other.
No, they live at home.
I don't mean anything gross. I just, college kids are not known for being you know.
No, they're not. My son and all his friends, they're all currently living at home going to school right now, which is actually better for them because they all work. And
Yeah.
I really didn't want him living on campus because of all the crazy stuff that goes on. And I didn't want him to get in a situation with a he said, she said
Oh yeah.
with some female who, wanted to cause some trouble. And
Hmm.
yes, there are females who have issues and they are taken advantage of. And that's horrible and it should be punished. But there's also boys who are accused of things they don't do. And
Yep.
so he lives at home, and
It's good.
my daughter's doing her online grad school, finishing up this year. So
And
yeah,
really, if they can live at home, why not? I mean, the expenses,
for my
why?
daughter, it was $10,000 difference for her to do grad school at home and
Mm-hmm.
to stay up in Utah and do it on campus. So she was like, nope. Um, that was a huge amount of money.
Oh yeah,
So
they're all
luckily,
over.
both my kids do well with online courses. I know some kids don't. They're better off actually going to class, but mine are okay with it. So, though my son does go to class. He actually has to physically go to class this
Yeah,
semester, but um, he did have a lot of online through COVID. And
yeah.
his school didn't offer half the courses during COVID because the professors didn't want to come in and teach, even though the kids were home doing it online. So it's taken him longer to graduate because he had to wait till them to offer courses that had requirements of to be available. Because a lot of the professors there are old.
If
So
there's requirements, then I feel like the professors who teach those should be required to teach them.
tenure,
Well,
they don't have to.
I'm not going to get in a giant discussion about higher education because nobody's going to
We
like
would
that.
agree though, so that's the thing. We would totally agree on it.
There's nothing wrong with being a plumber.
Nope, not at all. And probably smart too.
Mm-hmm. Because you're always going to need
So
plumbers.
absolutely. So have you seen any new knitting patterns you want to add to your list or you have added it to your list recently?
There's been some. I need some like mittens or fingerless gloves. Mine have all disappeared. I don't know where they are.
Well, you
Calvin
could
probably still
design a mitten. You could
has
design a mitten for them.
designing a mitten. Just tell me what to do. Tell me how many stitches I
It has
need.
this
Tell
it
me
has
what.
the template has the stitch count. It has it all on there. You just have to put a design on it basically. But if you do, Joe will get mad, so because
Oh, the wrath of Joe. No.
that's right. I think Mr. West is coming out with a new mitten pattern this week.
Oh, yay.
I saw it on Instagram.
What's it going to have? Like 6 fingers or 1 finger? Or hey, I'll do a 1 fingered version.
I don't know. Um, I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of mitten patterns or fingerless scuff patterns out there for you to find, though.
That's what I've been looking at. Hats. I go on and look. All the free patterns. I snatch them up.
Hmm.
There's so many. Nobody. Oh, except for. Can we talk about Sockmatician's shawl?
Oh, his new wrap, the Genesis
Nobody's
wrap.
inventing anything else, but he certainly is.
Oh, I have his book. I was one of the crowdsource funders for his book and with the double knitting, and I really need to dig into it because it's really amazing what he's come up with. But
Mm-hmm.
this new wrap is just gorgeous. And it's one of the top ones on Ravelry, which is awesome for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like number 4 in the hot right now.
Wow.
I'm so happy for him because he's such a good guy.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is it, and
Yeah.
it's all reversible. It's completely reversible because it's
Oh,
all
I didn't
double
know.
knitted.
Of course it is.
Yeah, yeah. He I guess there's tutorials with it and
Okay.
video too, video tutorial
Oh,
and a lot of
nice.
photos. So
Hmm.
he's yeah, I'm so happy for him because He deserves it. He's an amazing designer, and he is actually coming up with new things.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
his
what's next?
techniques are
Like
amazing.
quadruple knitting or, what?
I want to learn his one pass brioche because I haven't learned brioche yet, but I figure if you can do it in one pass, hey, that's probably better than two. So,
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, my winter.
hmm
And I've been saying this for the last, like, I don't know, 8 winters.
you and I both have. We keep
Brioche.
talking about it.
Yeah. I keep sending you the same damn pattern. I'm like, here, let's.
I know we need to do this one.
Did I send you
We'll
this?
do
Yes,
it.
you did.
You
Okay.
did. That's okay. It's good to learn.
Yeah.
It's brioche is so cool looking. I just haven't had the time to sit down and learn it because I've had other things and not had the mental space to just focus on that. It's got to be something where you're just like focused on it, I think, till
Hmm.
you really learn it. I think once
Hmm.
you get it, you can just do it mindless. But
Yeah.
um, the designer is Stockmatician,
Hmm.
Neil or Nathan,
Nathan.
Nathan Taylor. Sorry, not all British men are named Neil. Nathan Taylor, the Stockmatician, and it's on his Ravelry and also on his website, I think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's a phenomenal designer.
I like people
What else?
doing stuff that you don't see. I'm fascinated with, I bought one of them, but then they keep coming out with other ones. Have you seen the sweater patterns that are flowers? Like flower petal, like they're um I don't know what you call it. They're flowers. It's a flower, not petals, it's the whole flower. It's color work.
Oh, yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
I don't know what it's called. It's called something. But it's
Somebody posted
flowers
it
on
in our
a
chat.
sweater. It's flowers
Yeah,
on a sweater.
it's a gorgeous yoke.
Yeah, it's a yoke, but it goes down the front of it. And
Hmm
there's been a number of them now. Somebody came out with one, and then there's been a bunch of them. I bought the first one, and then I looked and saw it was sport weight, and I was like, ugh. I wish I'd.
Well, if you wait long enough, a lot of them will do them in different weights.
Yeah.
I know there's one. There was one on Craftsnark where I guess the original was worsted, and then the second one was a different version of the same chart, but in sport weight
Okay.
um, to make it more a t-shirt weight as opposed to a heavy sweater weight.
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
I'd
yeah,
rather
I
I
mean,
I don't mind if it would be heavier. I just sport weight's hard. That's not the most popular. I feel like sport weight's harder to come by than some of
yeah,
the
it's
other.
not everybody dyes it. I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah. And it used to be DK was that way, and now DK seems to be the standard.
Yeah, DK and stock weight. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of dyers just dye those, and which is a bummer if you find a colorway you really like and
Mm-hmm.
you can't get it in a weight.
And I like to layer stuff, so I would love to have all the fingering weight stuff, but I don't want to knit all the.
You don't want to knit all the
You
finger
know
weight stuff.
me, I'll get to the
I
yoke and be
know.
like, screw this.
I know you and Amy.
And then I'll cast on another one. I'll get to the yoke and go, screw this one too. So,
I know. But you live in a place where you can wear the heavier weight ones.
yeah, true.
Here, if I wear, worsted or chunky weight, I'd be dying. We
And
don't, I
alpaca
mean, we
for
do get
getting.
cold. We do get cold enough, um, but
Hmm,
not for very long.
that's interesting.
I had forgotten about that, Cheryl. I forgot you dyed that for her.
Huh.
Thanks for reminding us. I'll have to remember that next time I'm getting sport weight. Um, but what I'm trying to think of what other pattern came out that I really liked. Somebody posted it in our chat. I don't remember.
The days all just kind of together. Try to.
I know. We all blend. Oh,
There's been some hats that came out, and they were kind of cool. Just regular toques, but it's nice to have different.
oh yeah, this one that Tabitha showed a picture of. This what's it called? Lovelicious hat shawl. It's really pretty.
Ooh. Okay.
I think she's doing it as a blanket though.
Oh, of course she is. In 3 days.
Maybe not quite that fast, but
Okay, 4.
this is the next one I'm doing after I finish this and then finish my puritanical sweater is the baseline cardigan
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Sew
yeah.
Sue Knits.
Yeah,
And
we
I'm going to
talked
do it in
about
two. She has a whole bunch of different ways you can do it with change up the colors and do it in different necklines, but I'm going to do it in 2 colors, green and gray. So I'm
it.
excited for that because it's all like side to side knitting.
What weight is it?
It is DK, but I'm going to hold Holstorn together.
Oh,
Yes,
that's right.
DK.
Hmm.
So,
All right,
so
I gotta
yeah,
think about that.
but yeah,
It's
it's
on
a
the
great
list.
pattern. I mean, it's like different necklines, different button band lines, how to change colors in it, do a solid or cropped, or it's really good pattern. So
Hmm.
I'm excited
No
because I
problem.
think it'll be a good basic
No problem.
pattern that you can wear over everything. You know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole
I'll look at it.
knitting has been caught up in the whole uh, MCAL thing.
I don't want
So
to be caught up in that.
people are moving away from that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then this one that Tabitha is doing, I'm going to do that for one of the babies in the family, the
Oh,
Oogie
cute.
Boogie sweater.
Cute.
Yeah. She did a full size one, and now there's a kid size one. And Tabitha's going to have to do Paisley one, I'm sure. 'Cause
Of course.
if Tabitha has one, of course
Why not?
Paisley's going to want one.
Why not?
Yeah,
Paisley's little. Doesn't take that long.
she is. She is, but she'll grow up at some point, and it'll take longer.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
not
she's
quite as
not
fun
now.
then. I mean, it's fun. It's just you have less time to do
Yeah.
those kind of spur of the moment knits. So. Do you have any gift knitting you need to do?
I finished mine, so I have finished objects. I have some finished objects.
Let's
I
see.
do have socks on the needles for David for Christmas because that's a yearly thing. But I have a pair of birth birth what birthday socks. I should have put them
Oh, I
on the
like those.
blockers, but you won't see them on the blockers because my screen's too small. Anyway, there's 2. 1, 2.
Is that patents?
Yes, of course it
I
is. The
love that yarn for socks.
rag wool, the hard because
Hmm.
David is very, very hard on his socks. So I try to get him the less precious yarn. And then the
Yeah.
toes is what's her name? That chick that was a journalist. She's got her yarns in Joann's. Deborah
Oh,
Norville.
Deborah Norville. Deborah Norville. Yeah.
That's the red. And so then I was like, okay, well, here's a pair of socks. He needs a hat. So I made a hat to
Cool.
match the socks. It's that
Very nice.
soldiers that one for
Hmm.
it shows up as for Israeli soldiers, which was kind of ironic.
Yeah.
So made him that. So it matches his socks, which matches his winter coat, which is black and red. And these are not black, but whatever.
It's fine. You can wear more than one color.
That's true. And really, nobody needs to be lifting up his pants legs and looking and seeing what color his socks are.
I would worry if they were, quite frankly.
What are you doing?
know?
So, yeah, I have 2 finished objects, which is kind of cool.
That's nice.
And a hoe and a third of a whatever.
So that's good.
And I'm now
I have
wanting to
one.
test on all the things.
I have one gift knit to finish,
Hmm.
but that'll be quick. That's a hat.
Oh.
Because my kids already know what knitting things they're getting. They picked out the yarn and the patterns. So whenever I get them to them, they get them to them. Because my daughter's getting the black sweater, and then I'm going to knit the Andrea Mallory Give 2 for my son. And he picked out a dark purple from Mad Tosh. So,
Nice.
but that's more going to be a birthday present for him next month. So no rush
Okay.
on knitting it.
You knit pretty quick though.
Yeah, and that one is DK, so it should go pretty quickly. He's definitely knit worthy, so is my daughter, so I don't mind doing things for them because I know they'll wear them and use them.
Right. Yeah, I don't
They
have it yet.
encourage me.
I have the socks for David, and then I have my youngest daughter. She loves socks. She's always loved socks. One year for Christmas when she was like 16, I gave her a box of socks. I took a cardboard box. I bought a bunch of the pairs of the little short athletic socks, like a bunch of
I
packages.
remember those.
Put them all in the, they came like 12 in a bag. I bought like 5-6 bags, whatever. Put them all in the box. And I put on the tag, I put shake before opening to fluff them up.
Oh, that's cool.
So one of her gifts was a box of socks. She's always said if she could have one pair of socks per year, per day, per year, she would do it. Like fresh socks, brand new socks every day. So I always knit her socks, usually for her birthday, which is in January. I have a pair of socks that I started for somebody else and they're too big, but they will fit her. So I may finish them for her. And I'm pretty much at the cuffs. They're toe up, pretty much at the cuffs, so it won't take too much.
Oh, no.
So that's the only gift knitting because I scale back. Being a selfish.
Yeah, I scale back to people who really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I've made things for family members that I thought would appreciate it, and they really didn't. And it's like, okay, well, okay then. Then you're off my list.
Yep.
So do some charity knitting, set them to let them live, and other places, and hats for sailors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what else is happening?
Not much. Just getting through, trying not to get caught up in the news too much. It makes me so angry.
Yeah.
You know, not just what's going on in the Middle East, but what's going on here. So try not to stay above it, or try to stay above it, and then because it's too easy to get sucked in and get angry, and you know, and that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you. It just colors everything you do because you're angry.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, and then you're cranky, and then you're, you know, pissy at your family, or, you know, you're yelling at your dog, or, you know, no, they deserve it.
And not when he's laying on your sweaters.
Oh, he's laying on my sweater.
Oh,
no, but it's just not good. And I mean, you need to stay informed, but, you know, set a timer, you know, read your phone for 30 minutes and then put it down.
I've very much limited that. I check the news once a day now instead of multiple times a day. And I'm still concerned. I still, am involved, but I just can't get caught up in it, because once you get caught up in it, then you get caught up in the comments, and then you're on, all the social media, and that's not good. There she be.
Hello.
Howdy, Miss Joe.
Oh my goodness. Disclaimer, you're going to hear, I'm on the side of the road, so you're going to hear all the traffic going by. I'm terribly sorry. I've got my window cracked, but the other window is closed in my mobile office.
How are you doing, Joe? I missed you.
So sorry I'm late. I was in town. I got my double coffees ready. I actually I came to town early. I dropped one kid off for her agriculture exam, for a final year exam, and I was then planning to come back and pick up the other one to bring her to town for the art exam this afternoon. I sat down. I was ready to read the rest of the first chapter of this little book I picked up last week, that I showed you last week. I've got 10 pages to go to finish learning about Eve. And the
Ooh.
other kid rang me, and she's dying worse than the tinfoil hat man flu of our Hershey Kisses Neil. Dying, crying, can't breathe, wants to go to a doctor. And I tried, guys. I went to the local doctor, the local medical centre that we don't normally go to because our doctor's over an hour away. And no, they can't fit her in. Doesn't matter if she's dying. She would have to go to a hospital. So, yeah. So, no, I just went home to check on her, gave her some ibuprofen. She's going to have a shower, and she'll probably feel a lot better after a hot, steamy shower. Gave her a COVID test. Don't know if I'm allowed to say that word anymore. Gave her the juice test, and I'm pretty sure that's negative. So here I am on the side of the road because I didn't want to drive all the way back to town and miss chatting to you all. Here I am.
Is she really, really sick, or is she just sick and part of it's stress of the end of the year and everything?
No, actually this exam, she just said to me, this exam's easy, Mum. So no, she's not worried about the exams. Both girls already accepted to uni, so their life doesn't depend on it. It's just that they have to do it to get their university scoring rating. No, she did go to a party. Oops, I think I dropped out then. I hope not. She did go to a friend's place and a party last weekend and came home with a sore throat. And she's a hypochondriac. She's dying because she feels razor blades in her throat. Not for the first time, won't be the last time, and she's very miserable. But as I said, hopefully now a nice warm shower and a bit of steam might help her, and the medication that I got from my purse for her. Because honest to God, to go to the hospital, I'm pretty sure your hospitals are the same. You wait for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And I know my sister with my niece waited up to 14 hours overnight one night with her child, really distressing case of asthma. Couldn't breathe, poor kid, as a toddler. But no, I was thinking, and we had a chat about it, and I said, we could sit there for hours and hours. You can miss your exam. You'll be seen by a triage nurse who's going to give you what? Ibuprofen or Panadol, which is what I can give you. And I can pat you on the back and do it in 15 minutes. So,
and she can rest at home.
Yeah, I'm not criticising nurses or medical professionals at all. I'm just saying that that's the medical system. And I'm not going, I will not sit in a waiting room. You can chop my arm off first. I'm not waiting in a waiting room for hours and hours and hours with really, really sick people just because we've got razor blades in our throat, a bit of a throat infection. I mean, she might have tonsillitis, yeah, and good, but can't do anything about it today. So I'm the practical mum. I'm sorry. I don't helicopter for people who are dying in bed.
Well,
yeah, so that's that one. I feel very badly for her because she feels like death, but the fact is she's not dying. She's just got Neil's man flu, I think. And I felt like wrapping her up in a bit of tin foil and giving her a Hershey kiss on the head. Gosh, I laughed. Did you see that? Sorry, I don't know what we've been talking about, guys. Did you see that podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
I've not finished it. Twice I've tried to watch it and I've got about 49 minutes in and I've fallen asleep, not because they're boring, because I've been just exhausted. Oh my gosh, I've never had so many emotions during one podcast. Like I was in bed with my headphones on 2 nights in a row, laughing, snorting, probably keeping everyone else in the house awake, and then almost in tears. They're just so funny. They're absolutely so funny, those two together. And I'm looking forward to watching the rest of that podcast. Maybe this afternoon when the girls do their art exam, I will find a quieter road to park on and watch that. Yeah. What's going on? I've missed you. Oh, here we go. I'm not a doctor of antibiotics. No. Fevers, yes. Streps, needs treat. Yes, well, possibly. Yes, she's probably got a throat infection. That's my ideal outcome that she would get some antibiotics or something like that. But you know what? If I rang, I'm pretty sure it's the same as your system. I remember trying to get to a doctor once in Philadelphia, and I couldn't get a doctor's appointment, something like 3.5 weeks. And so I went to a chemist and I bribed a chemist and I got what I needed. And I gave the chemist $50 for their trouble. Thank you very much, Mr. Pharmacist. That's my privilege. No, I did. I did. I honestly went in and funny accent and issue that needed some antibiotics, and I paid the guy $50 extra and he gave it to me. Here, if I was to ring my doctor right now, seriously unwell, feel like I'm dying, sore throat, razor blades, they would either tell me I have to wait 3.5 weeks possibly to get an appointment. I would have to be up at the crack of Sparrow's Fart to do a walk-in as soon as they open at 8:30, and that's never guaranteed, as you know, and they only have so many slots available for walk-in. I could possibly get put in for an appointment on a teleconference for next week, or they could actually say to me, which has been said to me in the past, our whole month is booked out. Our cutoff date is the 5th of next month. If you ring us on the 5th of next month, we'll be able to see if we can book you in for next month. That's what they'd say. So what the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's crazy.
You don't want to be sick. You do not. If you're seriously ill,
No.
of course you go to the hospital. Of course you do. And you don't wait. But in this case, the kid has a graduating exam, would need a medical certificate from a doctor, not a triage nurse. Can't give you that, can they? And then have to go through the rigmarole of going through the government process of getting her exempted from that exam and possibly getting some sort of average score. The kids told me it's really easy. I think she got first. Most of the year she got first or second in the class. So she wants to do this exam. She needs to do this exam. And she can do it with a cough and a sniffle. Terrible mother that I am. I mean, we all go to work with a cough and sniffle.
You're pragmatic, Joe. That's a big difference.
Oh, it's a big
Hey,
deal.
Joe,
She's not stressed about the exam. It's not stressed. She's been unwell for a few days.
Joe, can you pop back out and then pop back in because we're getting echoes?
Oh, sure. Okay, thanks. See ya.
Make sure everything's turned off.
Okay.
Thanks. Sorry, technical difficulties on the side of the road.
Imagine that.
No, I totally get it. Her daughter's, she's an adult now almost.
Sure.
And, if you can't get into the doctor, you can't get into the doctor. And
Right. What are you going to, yeah.
that's unfortunate. I mean, I hope she gets well and doesn't have to go to any kind of hospital because that gets crazy and then expensive. And then you wait for hours and hours and hours. And
Oh, David was in when the first time he was in, second, whatever. It doesn't matter. I took him to the hospital and he was in the hallway of the, ER. And he was there and he was there and he was there. And finally it got to be like 11 o'clock. And I'm like, I have to go home and take care of the dogs and, and I'll be back in the morning. And I came back in the morning and he was still in the hallway. And I was not happy.
yeah, when my husband went in, because he had gone in for his lab work, and then they called him at 9 o'clock at night to tell him his potassium was off. His calcium was off, so he needed to come back in. And the VA is at the Veterans Hospital. So we went in, and they were going to admit him. I stayed like 5 hours, and they still had not admitted him yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, just go home, and I'll call you tomorrow when I know what my room number is, because there's nothing you can do while I sit here and wait.
Mm-hmm.
And it took them till about 10 o'clock the next morning. He finally got a room, and then he was there for a few days. I mean, he was not in critical danger. They just needed to get his levels evened out. But yeah, they called at 9 o'clock at night and said, can you come in? And being the VA, it's all 4 steps forward and then 10 steps back. Basically.
You're lucky to get the 4, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, the people there are great. The staff, they're awesome. It's just the
it's the
rigmarole
government
stuff you have to go through. Yeah, it's just not good. So,
Joe Bob, come back.
Maybe she decided to move her car. I don't know.
Well, maybe.
I worry about her on the side of the road, though. Don't want some animal to
Yeah.
attack her. That's all we need. A drop
I
bear
don't think
dropping on
they're
her car. That would be awful. Or a kangaroo. Did you see the thing in the news about the guy who fought a kangaroo that was trying to drown his dog?
No, I didn't see.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I'll
But
have to
only in
look.
Australia, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
So, any
Mm.
FOMO about not going to Rhinebeck?
No, I've never had. We just this past weekend was Ann Arbor Fiber Expo, which I have a little FOMO about that because that's the one I go to now. But they have it in the spring, and so maybe I'll go in the spring.
Spring
I
will be
used to
better.
when I lived on the East Coast, when I lived in Maryland or Delaware or Pennsylvania, I never went to Rhinebeck. It was always on David's birthday weekend, or it was too peoply. I used to go to Maryland Sheep and Wool,
Yeah, I remember you
and
talking about that.
I would go on Sundays, and it's way less crowded. The vendors still have stuff, so you're not missing out on anything. The lines are less, everything is less, and I miss going to Maryland. There's nothing like a fiber festival. You can buy yarn in the yarn store. You can buy yarn, online. But there's something different about getting it from a fiber festival. It's just so much more fun, I think.
I've never been to one.
What? Okay, well, then you come up here in the spring and we'll go to Ann Arbor.
Sure, I'll go cross country in spring.
No, they're
They
very
don't have
much
a ton of them in Vegas, okay?
Maryland is so much fun. I mean, that's my home state, but I do love Maryland's because it's big, but it's not big. It's hard to explain. It's
I
manageable.
understand.
Manageable.
My daughter and I were thinking about going to Rhinebeck before the pandemic. I was going to fly out there to see family and then just spend the weekend, but we ended up not going because of the pandemic. And I'm glad because I'm an introvert now, so I don't know if I enjoy all the people. I mean, I'm sure it's great and to see people and meet people that you know, but I kind of I don't even like to go shopping, and I've worked in retail for years.
Same.
I just like to go in, let me look, don't mess with me, and just let me do my thing. So, but
yeah, I'm the same way. But it was fun. Like, I someday I'll get back to Maryland. I actually saw Stephen West one year at Maryland wearing his little knitted shorts, and that was kind of fun.
You knew it was him.
I saw him walking up, prancing up the main road with his little shorts on. It's like, I know that guy.
Well,
the only thing I don't like about Maryland is that and this is just me, they have like on a pit or on a rotisserie or something, they have lamb, which I feel bad for the sheep that are there because they can obviously smell the lamb being cooked or screaming. And I always feel bad because, like, what do they think? Like, what do they think? But that's me.
That's like that meme of the chicken walking in front of the KFC. And it's, yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow. It's like, oh,
yes. Yeah, because that smoke is traveling over to the sheep barns.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe most of those sheep don't know that it's actually a lamb, though.
Well, they are kind of dumb, so maybe.
Oh,
maybe they think it's pork.
They don't know. Yeah, could be pork. I mean, I've been to fairs where they've had the sheep and all. Mm-hmm. I've seen the shearing and all that, but I've never been to an actual fiber festival.
Oh, it's fun.
So that would be nice to go somewhere.
It's just
I've seen the chaos on all the vlogs and videos of Rhinebeck where people have to buy tickets to get into different side shows, and just,
Jackie.
hey, Jackie,
Mm,
we need to get you on here with us.
no, you need to come on.
You and Joe would be dangerous together, I have a
We
feeling,
can
though.
play all the 80s dance music.
Oh, Senko Farm says they are dumb, so you don't have to worry about it, Treats.
Okay. Oh, I smell ribs. Okay. Oh, that's my only
Must be
problem.
pork.
That's pork.
Where did she go? I thought she was just going to check her
She was driving down the
electronics and come
road.
back in.
She's
Probably
like,
found
I want to
some
talk to them,
lost-
girl.
She probably found some lost animals, but she probably did.
Probably. There's another cow going back home.
Or a baby kangaroo this time. Who knows?
Or more lambs.
She had that baby pig that one time, but it didn't make it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Remember the blind pig
Yeah,
with the head injury?
I do. Remember with the TBI. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Joe. She's such a good person, and she's such an animal lover that
Yes.
she gives her heart and her home out to these animals, and way more than most people would do. You know, she's really good about it, and that's why she has a house full of animals.
Mhm.
No, she hasn't posted, so. Is that you?
Oh,
That's not me.
sorry, that was my ESPN notification about something. Sorry.
Oh, who's playing?
Oh, yeah, that's
The
right.
Monday
It's
night-
probably starting in 50 minutes or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know.
Or Taylor
I don't
Swift
know.
did something. Who knows? Because, ESPN loves her.
No, I really don't care about their relationship as much as I see it in the news, because quite frankly,
Nobody does.
it's getting a little old. Quite, just saying. You know, I was reading one news site, and there were like 5 articles about their relationship.
News site. There you go. Yeah. Is this TMZ or what?
No, it was a news site.
Mhm. Wow.
Taylor Swift goes to game. Taylor Swift, spends the night with Travis Kelce. It's like, I don't care. Do what
Hey,
they want
honey,
to
I've
do.
been watching football since before you were born, okay?
My
Exactly.
team lost.
Oh,
Nuh-uh, your team never loses. Your team is the best team that ever did play in the National Football League.
I know. I moved. Hopefully, this is a better spot. Can you hear me better?
okay. Yes. I was worried that you found some lost animal and got distracted.
Jackie's here.
Jackie's in the
Jackie's here,
chat there,
Joelle.
Bob.
Oh, Crochetty. My Crochetty lady. Hi, Jackie. You are lovely.
Isn't she?
Oh,
she's
she
so much
is. Speaking
She's
of
so much
fun,
fun.
did you watch Annie's podcast yet, Joe? Your new BFF Annie?
Oh,
Posted a new
BFF did
podcast.
it.
oh
Podcast.
no, I must do that. I've got it. Okay, look, I've got to go. I've got to go
Bye.
watch Annie. I love you girls, but Annie's my best friend. Oh gosh, no.
See,
Thanks
Jackie,
for
this is
letting
why
me
we need you
know.
to come on, because Joe's going to ditch us. And
I know.
we need new people.
We need a new friend.
We need a new friend because we're not her BFFs anymore. And Joe, I even
Oh,
told
no.
Therese that she needs
Joe
mittens,
doesn't
and I said she
crochet.
could design it. I said she could design a
Joe
block
doesn't
mittens, but she
crochet.
said no because Joe wouldn't want her to design mittens for blocked. So see, neither one of us are participating in that because you told us not to. So
And I said, I'm going
Well,
we're
to
getting your
design
design
one.
in.
I'm going to design one. It'll be a
Listen.
one finger mitten.
Listen, Linda. Okay. Neil's not watching, so he never watches us.
He's
So
sick.
let me confess
Let's talk
while I
about it.
frog this, by the way. See this? I just wanted to know what the pattern looked like. Now I
Oh.
know.
Nice
I don't
balls.
like the gauge. I'm just frogging it. Neil's not listening, so let me let you in on a little bit of information. I'm not designing a mitten.
He's going to be so
Who's got
pissed
time
at
for
you.
that?
He put the template out, will you?
The templates are out, guys. Go and have a look at Blocked Magazine. You can print them out. The templates are there for the chart. So all you need to do is get your colour pencils out, or a marker pen or a crayon. Heck, get your crayons out. Get your kids to get the crayons out. Colour up a design that you think you might be able to knit. Who cares? If you can't knit it, I will for you, okay? I'll attempt it. But
Oh,
get your crayons out.
that's
Design a
tempting.
picture.
I
don't
know. I
know,
tried to get
but
Neil to knit one for me, but he said no.
Design
Can we do
anything. But
words?
do a fair old pattern. Do words. Do picture
I
knits,
want to do
Intasia.
words.
I can do Intasia. I'm not scared. So get a printout somehow. Go to your local library. Heck, you might be able to, even if you're in prison, you might be able to get somebody to print it out for you, and start colouring. Send it into Block Magazine. Enter it into the competition for the designer mitten. I believe
Where did
we've
that
got a
come
month.
from?
Well, I'm just saying, no matter where you are. I mean, my printer doesn't work at home sometimes, and I have to go places. You got to do what you got to do. I have to go places. I even go to the local post office and news agency where you can get photocopies. You just pay a few cents, not really, $50. Pay $50 and get a photocopy. Start colouring. Let your imagination go wild. I was thinking, I've been thinking all sorts of horrible things. There is an R-rated section if you want to. You don't have to. I mean, no need to be coarse. Even though I have been often tempted to knit those mittens that say, fuck, it's cold or something. Yeah, there's some mittens out there from 100 years ago that were designed. Sidebar, I got distracted. Design your mitten. I'll give it a go. It's easy. Just colour it in. Write words.
Don't even
do a
bother to
picture.
submit it. Just submit it to Joe.
Do Neil's cats. Do something with a picture on one side with a tail going over to the other side. Maybe it's caught a rat or eating a block of cheese. I don't know. Maybe it's eating the tinfoil hat. I don't know. Draw a picture. I'm not doing it. That's all. That's all I've got to say about that matter. I don't have time. I'm busy. I'm a busy woman. I haven't got time for colouring in right now. I'll knit it one day. Great
Good thing he's
competition.
not watching.
Neil's going to kill me. He doesn't listen. He doesn't. I'm sure Tabitha and all his intelligence give him information, spoon feed him information. He's not listening to us. There you go. Easy to frog, easy to start again. What else is happening in the world of knitting, ladies? I don't mean to ask you to repeat yourselves. I will go back and watch. What's
working on a shawl?
I showed all
When I swatched for it last week, and then I started the final knit.
Oh, lovely colours.
Thank you. It's from
Is that
Toad
your
Hollow.
design?
Yes. Yes.
Very nice. I love the colours, the jewel tones. Is it blues and greens?
Blues and greens with a little bit of purple.
Your favourite. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Your favourite. What are you laughing at, Miss Therese?
Look who's in
Uh-oh.
chat, Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see the chat. Told you, it's not him, it's an imposter. It's a puppet, sock puppet account, I'm sure.
The real
Oh,
Santa.
Lordy.
Yep. Get your mitten designs in. I'm looking forward to trying to knit them. I believe, Liz, you're judging. See, it wouldn't be fair if I was to design something. You'd know it's me. Because I just write fuck
maybe.
off on them.
I think I'm going to have
That's
mine
all I would
say,
write on them.
Eagles suck.
Oh, I don't think you can fit that on a mitten.
Oh, I definitely can fit it on a mitten.
You can make it go down.
I'll
if you
knit
do
it.
Both of them.
Oh, golly gosh. Imagine the possibilities. I mean, yeah. Yeah. You could put even something simple like hand
Fair
knit
wish.
on them, and I would knit them. You could do rainbow colours like I'm knitting with Fair Isle. Fair Isle's easy peasy. You just pop a bit of a colour in there, as long as it's only 2 colours to a row, I believe the rules are. 2 colours to a row, true Fair Isle, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like to see my puritanical? It's still black, and it's still. I went to the market to go and see the lady whom I bought the Suri alpaca from, and she actually didn't even have any yarn for sale. I don't know why. She just had her own garments. But I let her know, kind of not happy that one ball was eaten on the inside because she cakes them all up herself before she sells them, probably because
Yeah.
it's just leftovers from whatever she's making. But here it is. Look, it's growing. It's huge. It's getting there. Up
Pretty.
to the third lace section. Yeah, it's really pretty. And so before I fell asleep, that's when I have all my best ideas, except when I'm in the shower. I figured, looking at the color of true, natural colored alpaca, usually there's color variants, and this is not. It's really a solid black. Amy, have a look. It's really a solid black, and I'm thinking this stuff has to have been dyed. It has to have been dyed to all be. Yep. So I thought, if I have more of her yarn, which I do, remember I bought the 12 balls of alpaca. This is alpaca, but it's so close in color. I had a thought before I fell asleep the other night that even if it's really going to be difficult, even if, when you unfortunately get the wrong dye lot or hand-dyed yarn and you do one ball and then you do the next one and your eye tells you it's the same color, but then under lights or out in the natural daylight, you see that it's actually different and you can see that line of difference. I was thinking I'm going to use this, which she also sold me. I bought 12 balls, and see, this is how it comes. So I'm not to know if it's been eaten inside by some little critters. Even if it's not quite the right color, I can always throw the whole shawl into a dye lot of black rit to get it all the same color.
True.
Because it would bug me to no end if it's not the same black, and you just see that line right at the very end of the shawl in the last section. So I'm not going to lose sleep over it now. I've decided that it's alpaca. It's from the same farm. It really looks exactly the same to my
Thanks, Pirate.
terrible
Pirate.
Oh, Pirate, me love. Good to see you.
I'll be right back. You guys chat.
Lovely to see you. Okay, so what do you think, Therese? If it's the same, it looks the same black to my eye, and when I lay it on the shawl, I can't see any difference. But however, when I'm finished, if it's really just that touch different and I see a line that's different, just dye it all in a black. Yeah, just put it in the sink or in a pot with some black rit and get it all the same shade of black. Because, silly me thinking this is supposed to be, 100% natural alpaca. Well, it can't be. The colour, there's no speckle, there's no variance. This is definitely dyed at the mill. Yep. So, compared to like the brown alpaca that I've got, which shows you all different tones and shades of the mix between the animals. So I'm not going to lose sleep if I run out of, I'm definitely going to run out of yarn. I'll put those together, see how it looks, and make adjustments as necessary. And this is a lovely wool. I've had this in a skein for a long, long time, 100% merino. And I never knew sort of, it is very cheerful. I've been feeling like shit this week, just with what's going on in the world.
Yep.
So I just thought these colours are bright and cheerful. Should I make a tube scarf, something just to knit endlessly?
Yeah.
But I didn't like the gauge. The needles were too big. So I'm going to just cast on again.
What weight is it?
Stop. Sorry, what weight?
What weight?
Excuse me, frog in my throat. DK, it's 8 ply. So I'll just throw it on what I suspect, because I've got needles everywhere and probably no gauge. Oh, just dropped another stitch marker under the lounge, guys. Somewhere in here I'll have a needle gauge. I suspect I've got a 4mm needle because I have a lot of those laying around. Oh yeah, here's a gauge. What have we got? 4mm. or 3 3/4. Yeah, 4 mil. So that'll be better gauge. I'm just so used to using a 4 mil with DK that I didn't like the larger gauge. Oh, I like this too. I think I might have shown you this before, and this is sort of similar mohair, but it's got all the colours.
Ooh, I like that.
So I'm thinking this needs to be something too. This has been in my tub this year, and it's got all
That's
different
very
colours.
80s.
It is. It probably is. I don't even know where I got it from. So that probably is. And I would like to do something similar with this so I can have a fluffy scarf. I'm into the mindless knitting right now. That's why I don't think my brain can handle charts. Now I'm tempted. Maybe I'll cast that on instead. Okay. I'm so indecisive, and I just dropped my stitch marker under the lounge, Liz. Lucky I've got 3 million others.
Lucky you're in your mobile office.
Yeah, under my lounge with all the other bits and pieces.
French
What's new
variety.
in the knitting world? Any new patterns I need to knit?
We
Um,
Knit shawl? Oh my.
Nobody mentioned that till you just did. So.
There's a French fry. There's everything under my lounge. Kids. Okay.
Nothing for you.
That's
What
true.
else is
We
happening
could knit
with the knitting?
We could knit the
We could knit
Puritanical
a-
Sun Run and then dye them black.
Oh gosh, we're dummies. I could have done that in just the raw yarn, in the bare yarn. Then I wouldn't be blind
Anne
now.
would
I
object.
am. My eyesight has truly been affected by knitting black. I've been using a neck lamp some nights, but that only lasts for a few hours, and I knit for longer than that some nights. Stitch
Calvin.
markers. Let's see how many thousands. I have.
Calvin.
Hey, Calvin.
Who's just talking to me?
Hello, Calvin. He's a sweetie. No, I haven't collected any new animal this week, thank goodness.
How are the lambs?
Are they screaming, Clarice?
Oh yes, they're screaming, Clarice. They are they've got separation anxiety. So when Millie goes to take them outside to the grass area in a big pen she's made for them, the last lamb standing screams its head off in absolute terror. They're traumatized if they're alone now. So the triplets are still together. It's horrible to listen to. So I have, got my fat bum off the sofa and put my knitting down and picked up one and carried. Gosh, this stuff is fluffy. What else is going on? So we've got a mitten design to do. We're knitting in black till we're blind. Thank you, Anne. What else is happening as far as knitting goes? Oh, I caught up with a friend who's a crocheter, and she wants me to go hang with her and do some crochet. So I have asked her, can I bring my blanket squares around from our friendship blanket, and she can help me work out how I put them together. And I thought that might also be a really great resource for when Amy tries to torture us with crochet soon.
Yes, but you're the one who thinks it's torture. The rest of us don't.
No.
Because we all crochet.
Yeah.
I saw Neil's doing Tunisian crochet in the round, which I didn't realise is a thing. I've got books on Tunisian crochet.
I've never done it in the round, but I guess it looks kind of cool though.
How do you do it in the round when all your stitches are on your needle? Your big long needle. Oh, is it a flexible needle? Has to be.
Yeah, they have the needle. They have the crochet hooks that have the flexible needle attached, like a circular, like a circular knitting needle. They have crochet hooks like that too, where it has a stopper on the end.
A cable. I don't have that. I have just a regular. Yeah.
What's that hat you've got on, Joe?
Yeah. Joe?
Sorry, I've got really bad audio.
Joe?
What's the hat you're wearing?
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
No,
I can't hear
everything's
anything.
on.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Hat.
Okay.
What hat are you wearing?
Yeah, what hat are you wearing?
Hat.
Oh, what hat am I wearing? I heard that.
What?
It's just a merino yarn that I got at the local small farm field day this year.
Cute.
It was just that skein of, yeah, it just, I love the way it pooled, actually. I really am a big
That's
fan.
cool.
So double brim.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do a double brim. It's probably, knowing me, it's probably 88 or 90 stitches. I just cast on whatever, and around I go. It's just got a basic cross, you know, what do you call it, SSK, and then knit two together
Mm-hmm.
4 ways. So it must have been 88, and it must have been 88 because I've done a 4-way brim on the top. And it's spring here, but the weather is really redunculous. We had, oh, let me put down a window before I suffocate. Nobody wants that.
Okay.
Out of town, about an hour and a half away, a big bushfire started last night, and the wind took it far and wide. Last time I looked, first when I looked, it was 230 hectares after burning for an hour or so, and then boom, within that next hour it had gone over 730
Wow.
hectares. So there was a big fire last night. Yeah, very, very windy. That's how windy it was yesterday. But it's windy and it's cool. It is a nice spring day, but it's cool today. So I've got my hat and my jumper on. I mean, 2 days ago I had my t-shirt on. A double-ended hook, it's the same length as a simple hook. A double-ended hook,
Yeah.
like a
There's a
stitch
hook on each
corrector,
end. Yeah. And
like
he says you pick
a
up the
giant
stitches.
stitch corrector
Yeah.
in one direction, and then do the return pass by using the other end of the hook.
Huh.
Neil, I've not seen, I mean, I've got the large Tunisian crochet hooks, but only with the hook on one end.
Yeah.
And then I've got the old knitting needles with a stopper at one end that you used to use to hold stitches on sweaters, but I've never, don't know. I'll have to have a look in my stash. I don't know if I have one of those in my stash. That's very interesting. Very interesting, Neil James, or whoever you are in our chat. Imposter. I
Probably
laughed
Neil.
my ass off. I tell you, I was snorting when somebody said Neil looked like a Hershey kiss, and he didn't know what one was. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
that was
I
funny.
lost it. And how about when Tabitha leaned back to her stash and you could hear Neil breathe, and she went, "Shut up, Neil. Shut up, Neil. I'm in control now. Don't say anything, Neil. I'm still talking." I was like, what a mother. She is a mother. She knew he was just trying to get that breath in to try to say something, and she closed him down super fast. Oh my gosh, I laughed. I nearly peed my pants. I laughed so hard.
He said they're
That
hard to
was
find, but
great.
Addie makes them, Joe.
Okay.
Oh, I do like my Addie needles. Thank
Those
you,
are
Neil
good.
James, for enabling me into yet another textile adventure. Oh, so our darling Annie's done a podcast while I was sleeping.
Yes, and she
Must have.
has messages for you, so you need to watch it.
Oh, she's a darling. We are really going to write to each other. She is my new pen pal. I had 2 pen pals when I was at high school. The school organised it, and I had one from Japan and one from Germany. So it's lovely. Really nice to. I'll have to hone those writing skills and find out whatever I've got to share that could be interesting to somebody else in another country. I can't imagine what. Did you see we had a referendum on the weekend, ladies?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just saw New Zealand. I didn't see yours.
Oh, New Zealand had some sort of elections happening.
Yes.
And at the same time, we had the Voice referendum, and we all had to go to the polling booths on Saturday and vote yes or no. Simple as that. You had to write yes or no whether you supported the Voice referendum
the
for
Voice?
Indigenous peoples to have. It's just a a
Okay.
document they wanted to do some sort of Indigenous advisory to the government, to Parliament.
Hmm.
And over 60% out of all the states, only one voted yes as a majority, and that's our little state called the Australian Capital Territory, where our government head office is. So it's kind of like Google headquarters down there. And they're the only state that had a majority vote for yes, and the others were majority vote no. So hopefully they'll go back to the drawing board and actually come up with some sort of real policies or legislations instead of vote yes or
Fluff.
no.
Yeah.
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 So that was on. That's the only thing that happened here. And I believe my football team lost their match yesterday. What's it called?
Game.
Okay.
Their game.
To the Jets.
They lost their game yesterday. But that's okay, team. You did great. You're still my favourite guys. And you did me proud. There's always next week.
Yep.
What else is happening? No wild animals have been harmed in the production of this episode. Nothing else is happening in town. The weather's springy. I frogged that, and I'm going to just cast on this. I do like I don't do swatches. I don't do that horrible thing, but I often cast on many a thing and then decide I don't like it and pull it apart again. So I guess that's kind of swatching.
Yep.
My shawl is going to be finished. I'm not worried.
Sometimes you need to knit on something a while to see if you like the way it looks with the yarn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you can't get that from a swatch. You actually have to see it in the project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah,
you can tell I don't like
with
the swatch.
that with that DK. As I started knitting it, I had enough. I didn't count the stitches. I just German long tail cast on until I feel like I've got the needle covered. Halfway through doing that little bit, I kept thinking, oh, these would have been nice socks. But then again, it's pure wool, not as hard wearing. And then I thought, oh, it'd be a great hat. And I thought, no, I look like Clown World. Perhaps the scarf's the best way to go. And then I didn't like the gauge. So I have all sorts of thoughts while I'm knitting. Can't think about anything else. It's my meditation. So, yeah. What else
Good
is going on?
therapy.
Are there any other knit-alongs going on at the moment that I'm not sure about or haven't heard about?
I know Tabitha's got hers going. I think Knitting McPurley has her Audrey sweater knit along going.
Yes. No, it's coming up.
Or it's coming up. Tara's doing that one, I think.
I thought about it. I don't know. I thought about it. I don't know.
The Puritan
so it's
one.
a sweater, long sleeve sweater.
No, it's
the
short.
Audrey?
It's short sleeve.
It's like a t-shirt.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got a
It's
lot of
super
Caitlin Hunter patterns that I've bought in the past that I've never tried yet, so I still would really like to knit some of those. I guess, yeah. I've got like the t-shirt, shirty ones or short sleeve ones, and the Sunset Highway. Have you ever done the Sunset Highway sweater with long sleeves?
No, it had just come out when I first started watching knitting podcasts, so I was not doing color work then. So I've never, but I've seen a lot of them on
too, I believe.
podcasts. Yeah, is it? I don't know.
I wouldn't mind doing that. And now I really like that growth ring shawl that Tabitha and Tara have made. I really like the look of that too. Something different that I've never tried before.
Yeah, and Tara said it's kind of mindless. You just, you don't need a lot of bandwidth to knit it.
Yeah, and it just grows and grows, which I could deal with right now. I have seen a lot of circular shawl designs, like in my Noro magazines, and I think a couple of my Knitter books magazines. I've seen circular shawls with a little bit of design on them. So maybe I'll do one of them. But then my problem would be it would look like a tablecloth.
I think Tara's in her 7th skein of yarn on that. It's fingering weight.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
So that's a good stash eater.
Well, Joe, you'll have to go back and watch what you missed because I showed all my stuff.
She did.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry I was late.
No, it's
Just,
okay.
dealing with a medical emergency.
Hey,
Yeah,
life.
I'll get
We get it.
to have a reason to go back and watch and like and subscribe.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up for Joe Bob.
And so,
Yeah.
where's Morgan today? I'm
Calvin.
missing Morgan.
She couldn't make it. Something came up. So
Nobody
life,
else likes us.
probably. No, things happened, I guess, Monday's a tough day.
Monday. Yeah.
But
Monday Night Football. Calvin's here. That's all that matters.
that's all that matters to Calvin anyway. You're wearing black, aren't you? So Calvin has to
I
sit on
am.
you and make
No, not anymore.
it was
Sure.
black originally.
I need a black dog. Next dog's going to be black.
Did you hear that, Calvin? The next one. So you better be on your best
Okay.
behavior. Poor Calvin.
Poor Calvin. Poor Calvin.
And
Yeah.
so, have either of you ladies started on any Christmas knitting yet, or gift knitting? Any of you
I
having
only
any
have
panic moments about that?
no, I only have one gift knit to do, and it's a hat. The sweaters I'm knitting for my kids,
Oh,
they already know about them, so whenever they get done, they get done. I cut out a lot of gift knitting because,
yeah,
people didn't really appreciate it. So,
yeah.
if I'm going to spend the time on it, I want it to go to
Well,
somebody
it's
who actually
funny.
wants it.
It's funny to sort of be even considering doing it here because, as you know, when Santa Claus comes here, he's in his board shorts and his singlet top and his tank top because it's too darn hot. So it's kind of awkward to gift people in the middle of the sweltering summer a lovely knitted garment or accessory. It's kind of like, sorry, it's the wrong time of year, but here I, shed blood, sweat, and tears over this for you. So it's really tough for us to come up with gift ideas and honest to goodness, if they're not 100% knit worthy, it's not worth it because they just look at you crazy, put it in a cupboard and forget that you ever made it for them.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, imagine, you guys imagine you gifting somebody a lovely mohair or alpaca jumper in the middle of your summer in July, That's how it
Oh,
feels,
yeah.
kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are lucky that way that, usually gift giving time is during the time for the stuff that we make,
Yeah, people
Yeah.
can put it on and appreciate it and keep it snugly warm.
Not like, oh, okay,
But for us,
I'll come see this 6 months from now.
Yeah, my son gave his
yeah,
girlfriend the
imagine trying to
sweater, the
give.
ranunculus I knit for her birthday a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
But she
lovely.
hasn't been able to wear it yet
That
because
was
it's not
lovely.
been cold enough. It's still 90
Right.
here, so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she liked it, so I
That's
told him I
good.
need a picture of
You
it
know,
for when
imagine
she
trying
wears
to
it.
imagine trying to give your 8-year-old kid or nephew or grandson a pair of mittens that you've, really put all your efforts into, and it's 44 degrees outside and it's never going to be worn. That'd be really sad. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Would be.
German longtail cast on.
Nice.
So
Is that the
good.
twisted one?
Yeah.
Is that the?
Once you
I like
once you
that cast
master
on.
it, like I've forgotten how to do a regular cast on, longtail cast on now. Once you do it, it's just muscle memory and you just do it every time. It's a bit weird. I would have to watch a YouTube tutorial to work out how to just do the regular longtail cast on now.
I
They're
do
very
mine
close,
automatically
though.
do the twist.
What's
They're
that?
close
They are, but I
anyway.
automatically twist it and I think, hang on, what's the other way? I can't remember.
Well, it's
Not
like
to worry.
the slingshot.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's like slingshot. That's not. I do mine pretty much like a child does. My ex-husband taught me how to cast on, and you do it over your thumb, but it's not slingshot. But it's like he was taught.
Oh, you do backwards.
No, not backwards loop. You wind it around your thumb, and then you then you put the other side over. He taught me how he was taught when he was a child by his grandmother. Ah, jeez. And she's the one that taught me how to knit.
Over your
Um,
thumb.
But it's like how you teach a child. It's not the boomerang method. And I'm like, okay, I'd like to learn a different
Like
way.
with
but
finger
why?
knitting.
What's that?
So it's not a backwards loop.
No, it's not backwards loop. No, it's you wrap
Using
it
your
around
thumb.
your
So you
finger.
hold one needle.
What's that?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
wrap
So
it
are
around
you
your thumb and
casting
then
onto a needle?
the other side. Yeah, it's on the needle. It's just
Yeah.
it's
You
not
wrap
the
it around
slingshot.
and then you pull it through.
Oh, it's gonna make me try to figure out. Let me see.
Wow, I've never seen such a
I've
thing.
not seen that either, but makes sense.
Let me figure. Oh, I'll have to figure this out.
Do you
Anyway,
do this
carry
for
on,
all
carry
your
on.
cast-ons?
Yes. Well, for
Even
long tail,
socks? Yeah.
long tail. Well, I usually do my socks toe up, so then
Yeah,
that's
so you do the
Oh,
Judy's magic.
Yeah,
you're one
or
of
Turkish.
those people.
Yeah, I'm one of those people
You're one
too,
of
Joe.
you do.
But I don't knit many socks anymore. But
Oh,
when
okay.
I do,
I
they're
don't
toe
you
up.
wrap it around your thumb, and then you
Yeah.
do the thing with the other side. I don't know. It's a weird.
Wow.
It works. I
I
mean,
wonder
it's
if
worked
it's
for me
someone
for
for
40 years, so
for 100 years. Yeah.
or however long.
How unusual. Over
Yeah,
your thumb.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you do it over your
Tabitha
thumb.
could do
and then
2 at a
you-
time or 4 at a time.
I've done, I've done 2 at a time socks, and I want to do them again because they go quick.
They do. And you don't have to worry about, if you have your heels at the same place.
Right.
I did get a new purchase though. I got this, and this was
You have an
inspired by Wool
acquisition?
Needle Hands.
Accusation.
No, it's a basket.
Ooh.
It's a peanut basket. Basically, you put the peanuts on one side and the shells in the other, but it's
I
great for
saw her talk about that.
knitting.
Yep.
I was using
Mhm.
it for my puritanical where I put, since I'm holding 2 strands together, and it keeps them from rolling around so much. But I just have the 2 skeins for the shawl
Do
I'm
you
working
know-
on now,
Mhm.
but I'm only using one at a
Do you
time.
know what I'm reminded of? Do you know what I think of when I first saw that?
What?
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 That's a wine bottle. That's a double wine bottle holder. That's a day out.
Mhm.
It could be, I suppose, if you need a sturdy place to put your wine bottles, sure.
One for me
I
and
haven't
one
used
for
it for
you.
that yet. That's right.
Does it not come with a strap on the side so you can just sling it over your shoulder like
No.
a handbag and
No.
off you go?
And a
It's a
big
double
straw.
drink day.
This one did not, but I will be on the lookout for one that does now because that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
But
That
I've been using
that
it.
honestly looked like. But who am I to talk? I use a dog bowl for a yarn bowl. Remember?
Hey, use what works. But
Calvin
I
said,
like
"Don't
it for
use
my
my
puritanical because I'm holding 2 strands together,
Yeah.
so I put one in each, and it keeps them together
Yeah.
instead of rolling around. But Wool Needle Hands had one on
As
her
long as it
podcast.
doesn't get caught.
That's where I saw it. Yeah.
Wow.
It doesn't. So far, it's pretty smooth on the inside. I wish it was lined, and if I get to the point where I might glue a lining in on it, but it's fine right now. It hasn't caught the
Yeah.
yarn yet, so.
Wow. My mind, not that I could ever drink 2 bottles of wine. I'd be legless and speechless. But I just thought that just reminded me that would be the perfect size for 2 fat,
We know, Amy.
lovely wine bottles for a
That's true.
picnic. A picnic basket, Yogi Bear.
Or maybe two drive-through daiquiris.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Oh, yes. Yes, Amy.
We do not have in my state.
But no, I've never seen a drive-through daiquiri place ever
What?
until I met Amy.
Oh, they're the
Well, I know
Yeah.
Amy took us on a tour. Remember, she took us through the drive-through that time
best.
when
That
we were
was
zooming.
funny.
Mhm.
Be a good business to have here. Gosh, all
Oh,
the
yeah.
local drunks who drive through. That would be a great business to have here.
I love
I haven't
drive-through
started a
liquor
franchise
stores.
here.
They're
I've
amazing.
never seen one.
There you go, Joe. That's your $1 million idea.
Mm.
Start your own daiquiri
It's
drive-through.
somebody else's. somebody else's $1 million idea. But
No, get
how
yourself
amazing.
a blender
What a great
and an ice
idea.
machine.
Instead of a lemonade stand, you could have a daiquiri stand.
Lemonade stand, yes. For the children.
For the
I have to
children.
say, one of my first
My
trips
kids
to
would do it.
Philadelphia, you know, we always do it. We go through each other's supermarkets and find interesting and new things. And one of the most amazing things I thought was the frozen daiquiri section with the daiquiri mix in the supermarket. I had never seen that before.
That's so
Never.
high school.
It is.
But I'd never seen it before, Therese, with the daiquiri mix in the, you know, in the cardboard, like in a toilet roll thing, and you can just peel it open and throw it in your blender and throw your alcohol. Never seen it before, a mix. Like
Bacardi.
that.
I like the frozen juice concentrates. It's frozen
Bacardi.
daiquiri concentrates. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
we don't have that in our freezer section in the supermarket.
You poor
Well,
things.
that's sad.
Oh, Bacardi, is that what you put in the daiquiris? That's right.
Yeah,
That's
rum.
the
I do
brand that
remember
makes, they make those mixes, and then you're supposed to put Bacardi rum.
Yeah. Bacardi rum. So I do remember my girlfriend
Yeah.
made us once. Actually, we were going to sit down together. She was going to show me Star Wars, but we made these nuclear-powered blueberry daiquiris to drink first, and then we got absolutely shit-faced. And I don't remember a thing. Like we were smashed. Blueberry daiquiris, very dangerous.
Yum.
The way
That
she
sounds
makes
good.
them, anyway. We were hammered. I think we drank a couple each, and we were gone, completely gone. Oh, I saw a really funny TikTok-y thing the other day on Instagram, whatever, one of those reels, because I get sucked down that rabbit hole of watching one reel and then going next. And these girls were in their bathrobes, in their dressing gowns, and they're dancing around the kitchen, and the music's going, and they're pouring the wine. They put these huge glasses down on the counter, and they're dancing away. And this stupid woman, instead of drinking her drink, she went to slam it, and she just washed her whole face with this red wine. Like she just upended it. Instead of her mouth, she just washed her whole face with it. Gosh, I laughed, because that would be me after two of those. She forgot where her mouth was or how big it was. It was funny as hilarious.
The funny thing is they posted it
Hilarious. And
online. Like,
Yeah, and then they post how stupid
Well,
they
they
are.
filmed it. How embarrassing. How terribly
Yeah,
embarrassing.
here's me.
She
falling
washed her whole
down some
face.
steps. Yeah, like
Yep. I thought that was great. So I do watch those and have a bit of a giggle sometimes. But I still can't get my mind off Hershey Kisses, Mr. Hershey Kisses.
I
That's
can't
hilarious.
believe they wore the tinfoil hats.
you guys don't have those. Oh,
Who
Yeah,
doesn't, I guess?
in some stores, in some
Oh.
selects, in the supermarkets, sometimes in the, other country aisles, we can find Hershey Kisses, or in the confectionery aisles sometimes with the Reese's buttercups and
Do you
whatever
get-
you call it.
do you get the commercial for them at Christmas time?
Do you?
Do you?
No,
the
we don't have
Hershey
television
Kisses?
at our house.
No.
Out in
okay.
the bush,
Well, I meant-
out the back
I didn't
of
mean
nowhere.
you. I meant you on your colony, your
Oh,
country.
in our colony, in our criminal colony, in our penal colony.
Yes.
I'm not aware of. I'm absolutely not aware of that. I'm sorry, so I'm
It's a
not
cute
sure.
show.
Is there
It's
a
a
new
cute
one come out
commercial.
every Christmas? Is it like
It's the same one.
the Super Bowl where you see all these brand new commercials?
No, it's the
Oh.
Hershey Kisses, and they're in a symphony, and they're playing, and then the last one has to hold the note for a really long time.
Oh,
You have to know because it uses the little flag that's in the Hershey Kiss. You know about the little.
I didn't know.
there's a little-
I have to.
in the Hershey Kiss. There's a little flag
Banner.
tag
Little
thing.
tag.
Yeah.
Hershey's. And so he's holding that note, and then the flag starts waving, and then he's like, "Phew!" Like he's holding the note. It's cute. You have to see it. Anyway, I'll send it to you.
It's
on
cute.
YouTube.
I will
I'm sure it's on
Google it.
YouTube.
All the more
Okay, I
reason
will
for Neil
Google
to
it
come
and
to
find.
America so he can get
Yes.
Hershey Kisses.
Even though they're terrible, but they're still good.
They're
Oh,
good if you
Neil
only eat them every once in a while.
discussed. Neil also was discussing the I think the last time he was in Oz, I believe he fibbed. He said he was about 20 years old or something. I don't believe that. Maybe he was saying it was 30 years ago. Over 30 years ago, we had a very bad sheep culling in Australia because hit a all-time high with interest rates for mortgages and loans and banking, but we also hit the highest the lowest low of the wool industry prices. So farmers were actually paid, I believe it was $5 or $6 per sheep to slaughter their sheep. And so the wool industry took a really big hit. The meat on them wasn't worth anything. They weren't worth selling, and the government did that. But at the same time, all over the world there was issues with sheep. So it was like a giant issue with sheep. I think in the UK at the same time, we're talking the early 90s, their sheep, of course, had brain issues. So their sheep had some sort of genetic defect and had some sort of brain disease issues, and they culled thousands of sheep there as well at the same time. So all over the world, yeah, but it was weird because if I believe correctly, if I was hearing correctly, and who knows, because I was half asleep in bed with my dressing gown on and my tinfoil hat joining in, I thought he said when he was in his 20s, he was here in Australia and there was a cull. Now, if that's the case, Neil's telling really big fibs about how old he is, because that was actually the 90s, 1990, 1991. That happened here. I mean, a lot of farmers committed suicide. A lot of people lost their properties and didn't have them to hand on to future generations. It was a huge recession that we had. And then the wool industry went kaplank, and people culled entire, merino flocks because they couldn't afford to keep them and feed them.
I think Neil is, I think he's our age. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I think he's right about our age.
I think
so. He would have been about.
Yeah, I think Neil looks
5 somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Neil looks really good for 85.
Whatever.
No, I think he looks phenomenal for 85. So keep whatever you're doing actually here. It is possible that the Australian border. The Australian border police might be looking for him. Who knows what felonies he committed here? He might have picked oranges or apples off a tree on his travels. True. I don't know. It
is true.
So perhaps he's just giving misinformation to put me off the track with that red herring.
No.
Speaking of gift knits and whatnot, we need to start planning. This is our first year. We should have a holiday episode where we all wear our pajamas and have a pajama party. And invite our friends. Wouldn't that be fun?
What a great idea.
And have a holiday episode with our friends.
And we can drink hot chocolate. Yeah. And
laced with whiskey.
Hot chocolate. Are you for real? Oh, the wind's picked up. Hang on, let me suffocate myself again because the wind's picked up terribly. Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Eggnog.
With Captain Morgan. Trust me.
Trust
what?
You? You're gonna watch me get hammered live?
Never had it with Captain Morgan before.
Okay, but
do it.
I usually do Irish. I usually do Irish whiskey.
Irish coffee. Ooh.
Okay. Well, I think Christmas is celebratory time, and the reason for the season and whatever else that everybody believes in. But I believe it's thirsty weather at Christmas time. I could probably go a 6-pack of vodka cruises, and it'd be fun. It'd be wild, guys. It'll be wild.
We could get Amy and Tabitha and Neil and all our friends. Oh, I can't drink peppermint schnapps. I have bad peppermint schnapps flashbacks from high school.
Yeah.
I can't drink that. No.
Oh, I love peach schnapps.
I can't do peach schnapps either.
Oh, I'm in for that.
That's how I met my husband, with peach schnapps.
I love it.
It was not a good thing. I mean, meeting him was a good thing, but the peach schnapps were not a good thing because my friend. I had just turned 21, so I was buying the liquor, and we drove from New Jersey to Myrtle Beach. And the first place we stopped was the liquor store, obviously. And she started mixing drinks
Obviously.
and was making fuzzy navels, and I got plastered.
Whoa. Oh no.
And so I can't
No.
drink peach schnapps.
No fuzzy.
It was
no, not
the
fuzzy.
90s, okay?
I know.
Everybody
I know.
drank those.
Can't believe
So-
you said that.
You can
Can't
And-
drink peach snaps. That's how I met my husband. That's a terrible line,
Well,
Liz.
the good part, well, no, he got drunk too because I passed out and then she was bored, so she went walking along the hotel talking to people, and he and his friends were on leave from the army, and she started hanging out and mixing drinks for them, and he was not a drinker, and he got
No,
drunk, and then
not
we met the
I.
next morning hanging out on the beach with hangovers. That's how we met because we
Wow.
were too hungover to do anything but sit on
If
the
you
beach.
don't have a hangover from peach schnapps, there's something wrong with you.
You're not doing it right. Yeah.
What's that?
So I don't do
I went
peach schnapps or peppermint schnapps anymore. That's
I went
high
through
school
a-
was peppermint schnapps.
I went through a peach schnapps phase with the fuzzy navels, and then I went through I can't believe I'm saying this, a slow gin fizz phase.
Oh, I do like gin.
No, slow gin.
Gin and lime.
Slow gin. No, I don't like gin, but this was slow gin. And with Sprite and some other purple thing you put in, I don't know. It's all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, no, I love peppermint and I like peppermint in my coffee. I just can't do schnapps because
No shot.
peppermint schnapps in high school.
Yeah.
Bad
I've
mix.
got to have my iced coffee here by now. Hang on. One coffee left to go. Cold coffee. Welcome to motherhood. Yep.
Yep. Well, that's
Cold
pretty much how
coffee.
it is.
Yeah. She's drinking all the.
Well, yes. Shall we get together before Christmas and do a little celebration? I guess I'm going to frog this too.
We
Well, we
should.
still have
Hey?
a bunch of
I'm just not
time before
happy.
Christmas.
I know. I just was thinking about it, and
No, for sure.
it's not like. I mean, we don't have to make it just holiday. It's more fellowship and being with our friends. Is what I was saying. You know.
Will you not be off with family and friends and all that sort of thing, or will you be staying home like I do?
I don't like
We
people.
stay home. My husband's family gets together early in the year, like February or March, and does their Christmas because with all the kids and grandkids, they all wanted to stay home with the babies. Nobody wanted to go anywhere anymore. So
Yeah.
we do it on my mother-in-law's birthday in March. We celebrate Christmas. And my family is all on the East Coast, and
Joe
I don't
Bob,
see
what are you
them, so-
doing?
I'm frogging. Rip it. Rip it. Frogging live.
easy come, easy go.
Stupid
Yeah.
thing. I'm just too fussy, I'm afraid. It's got to be good. It's got to be perfect, or I'm not happy. And I'm not happy because now my cast on is stuck together.
Oh,
get
'cause
it,
you got
right?
that fuzzy yarn.
Yeah. Bad.
Fuzzy yarn.
Okay, so you just rip it, throw it, and start again. I'm just so
What
indecisive
weight is that?
at the moment with my knits. It's not had more clarity.
Well, that's why I decided to work on things that I just wanted to do because I'll finish my MCAL, but I want to see all the clues first. And then,
Oh, the swastika debacle. I'm sure you've already talked about it today. How's it
Nope.
going?
Nope.
I'm almost done
You're
with
not.
clue one.
Trees is in.
Treese isn't doing it.
Oh, okay.
She
Clue one.
She passed.
You're still doing the square. Yeah, no, Trees
Well,
and I are on the. We're on the same
I
page.
switched.
Not
I
giving it
switched
any
to
air.
yarn.
You switched
But-
your yarn.
Mm.
Yes, because I didn't like. I loved my yarn. I loved it, but I didn't like it in the square, and I wanted more drape.
Gotcha.
So
Mhm.
I'm going to save that yarn for another shawl because I really love it, but I just was not feeling it in the square. So I switched it to a different yarn, and I'm almost done with clue one, but I'm going to put it aside until I see all the clues because I want to play with my colors
Yeah.
and maybe add a color. So I'm in no hurry anymore. I'd rather work on other things like my puritanical and this shawl, and because we have that new
Actually,
thing coming out January. You know about that, Joe, right? The one Amy's
Yeah.
doing. the whodunit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who's
I actually,
running it?
I'm not in. I have to be honest with you. I'm not in on all the details at all. I haven't been reading all the stuff. I do
Well,
know
we
it's
haven't
happening.
gotten all
That's
the
all.
details.
So I'm.
We, ha- we
Yeah,
haven't
I
gotten
don't
all the
know the
details
details.
yet. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I
it's
haven't been reading. I haven't had time to read it all up, and I don't know exactly what's going on. I just know that there's something happening, and we've all got to stay tuned and watch each other's podcasts, which I love to do anyway, for the clues. There's clues.
it's a murder mystery. It's going to be a murder mystery, and
Yeah.
nobody knows quite
No,
how
I've
it's
been
going to go yet
wondering
because
for a
Amy's
while.
not done yet. She's working on it, and it's from what
Yeah.
she's got going, it's amazing, and it's going to be a blast. And there's going to be clues all different places. And
Harry Smith's
just-
joining us.
Carrie Smith's going to join us.
Really?
She's going to give a
Oh, she
clue,
likes
and
true crime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
there's no one thing you have to knit. You can knit whatever you want to knit. I'm going to have a couple patterns out, one in blocked, and then this shawl will be out. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Amy's story is amazing and funny, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Joe
So
Bob.
far, I haven't read it. She's not done, so she's still working on it.
Joe Bob.
I'm not
Joe
in
Bob.
it. She's not writing about me, is she?
No,
Well, unless you're
We
dead,
made it-
we don't know. You might be dead. We don't know.
I'm in a book. I'm in a book actually, written by a
Me too.
US author called Arts and Crafts, and the surname is Prescott. I'm in that book. There's a character called Joe, and I'm in it.
I'm in a book. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm in a book.
So I'm not saying that Amy should write about me. I'm just hoping she doesn't murder me. I hope she doesn't kill me off in it if I'm in it.
Joe
I'm
Bob.
pretty sure all of us are safe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably. Well, I don't know. Amy.
Secretly a goal though, you know.
If she killed us
People
off,
have
then
said
Tabitha
that
would
we
have to
don't-
have a true crime special about us.
Oh, of course. Oh,
You know.
Are you kidding me? Her and Neil? Shh. Kidding me?
There's a rumor that Amy and I don't appear at the same time on podcasts, some sort of rivalry, sister rivalry or
What?
something. I don't know. Ridiculous. Well, I thought if she really wanted to knock me off, she could in a book and like not do it for real, but just, you know, get it out there on paper. She might knock me off in a novel.
Maybe.
You never know. Maybe.
With her.
We'll
You
find
never know.
out. Maybe I could be the heroine of the story. Maybe I could be Miss Marple.
Sure.
Well,
In my cardigan. Maybe.
this
Maybe
might
wear
not be a
cardigan.
This might not be a one-off. So maybe there can be a yearly event with Joe as Miss Marple or Jessica Fletcher.
Ooh.
No.
No.
No. No. Okay, well that's going to be interesting. So it's January, and so no pressure, just Christmas knits coming up, possibly a few, and then
Yeah.
January. Can you believe it? Can you believe it's the middle of October already?
No.
Yep.
No. I can't believe it. No.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. This year has just flown by so fast.
It has. It really has.
Joe Bob, did you
Fingers
see
crossed.
that? Did you see that Chrissy Mayer is expecting a baby?
Yeah. She posted on Twitter today, or X. Sorry.
Oh, she's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She's
So
frozen.
our favorite
Yeah, I
comedian
can't
is going
hear
to be a
you.
mom. So that's exciting.
Everything happens.
Yes.
Everything happens when I'm asleep. That's it. I'm not sleeping anymore. Oh my goodness. How
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's due in
Chrissy
April.
and
Yep.
Frank a little
Isn't that
in
cool?
April.
Mhm.
Spring baby.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
So
congratulations,
exciting.
Chrissy.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Not that you're watching either. Oh
No.
my goodness, that's very special.
You
Congratulations.
never know. Maybe we
Well,
have
I hope
secret
it's a funny
viewers. Who
baby.
knows?
I hope there's lots of comedic material out of this baby pooping and farting all over the
Oh, I'm
place. That's
sure.
going to be
Oh,
great.
labor.
I'm
Labor
sure.
alone
And the
will
boys-
be a
the
whole
boys-
stand up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll
The
be
boys
interesting.
are going to be beside themselves when they see the
Oh,
size
aren't
of her
they?
boobs.
Even Ryan. Yeah.
Even Ryan.
Okay, you got all the news. I've got nothing. I've been sleeping on the job. That's very
No,
exciting.
no,
I'm
you're just in the
shocked.
future, Joe. You miss things
Yes,
because you're too far in the
Well,
future.
right. This was yesterday's news, and you're in
oh,
tomorrow. So, yeah.
That's right. So,
I'm happy with yesterday's news. That's lovely.
our
Hmm.
friend Dawn has a new grandbaby. She posted today. Dawn,
Oh, Dawn. Yes. Oh, Dawn.
yeah, she has a
Boys
new
and
little
girls have
granddaughter.
got all the best news.
I
Hmm.
know, it's exciting. So,
Very
yeah,
exciting. Okay,
it's
well, that's
Monday. You never know
lovely.
what's
She's
going to
had a
happen.
great year. A wedding and now expecting a baby. Lovely.
Caitlin got married this
That's
Friday.
really
That's
nice.
right. Our friend Caitlin got married this Friday.
Mhm.
So good for her.
From Hartley's Handmade. Go watch her podcast. She's awesome.
Yep. Trying to think what other news was there.
I don't know. I do have to catch up on Jackie's podcast. There's I think there's a 2-part one that I've missed
Yes.
that I've not had a chance
Yeah.
to catch up on yet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that.
So good.
I've watched half of Neil and Tab. Oh, I watched Tab. Tab had one on Murder Knits, so I watched that one.
Yeah, that was
In the
fun.
playground.
That's good.
That made me laugh. That made me laugh with all the noises and everything happening in the background. She was a
There's a
real.
plane
She
that
was
went
a real.
by.
Yes,
It was just perfect.
she was a real
With,
trooper.
Tabitha's just herself, and we love her, and she makes no excuses or apologies, and just does her thing, and
Yep.
that's amazing. And
She's great.
she has not been spite posting about this MCAL yet, so I'm waiting for the
know. I'm a
spite rants.
I'm a
She hasn't been
little
complaining yet.
curious.
I think she's been working on other things, but
Yeah.
because you know her and Stephen West, she's going to have something to say.
I know her with anybody. She's gonna have something to say.
That's true.
A little scared of her. So what's our knits coming up? What are we doing coming up?
I'm going to work on the shawl and then
Yeah,
my Puritans.
Okay.
Get that done and get my photo
Wait,
shoot
Neil,
done.
We've got more time, haven't we? After with the
Yeah, the
Puritanical
Puritan
Fun Run.
at the end of November. You have another month and a half.
Yeah.
Yes, there's
So
plenty
I'm
of time.
thinking after this shawl, I might do a sweater after this shawl. So
Ooh.
another black item. I mean, it's spring and the sun's out, and it's great for me. So when I finish this, I might do a black sweater, and then be done with black because I'll be almost blind by then.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could knit it in another color and dye it black.
That is
That's
a
a loophole
really
that
great
Anne-
idea. But no,
That's a loophole Ann Pinkava did not think about.
I know.
All you'd have to do is
because
post
it's
your
just-
pictures in black and white as you're knitting them, and she wouldn't know.
Right.
She wouldn't have a clue. Be looking like a charcoal. I don't have any other motivation to really. I mean, I've got all the yarn. I've got that beautiful alpaca I was going to knit. I've got the beautiful yarn. The yarn that Tabitha sent me, the DK, I have really been. It's in my Diana bag, Princess Diana bag, and I keep looking at that. I really, really want to make a sweater for myself, and I'm not sure if I would do a little boxy sweater or if I would put another colour in it and do some colour work so I can have a bigger, roomier sweater to wear with my jeans. So I have been looking at that a lot. I really, really want to knit that.
No noir exception from Anne. No noir. We love you, Anne, and you know we're actually using black yarn. So, I'm still
Black is
laughing over
black.
Carrie Smith in your Princess Diana bag, Joe, the other day.
Oh, that was funny.
That was funny. She's so cute.
That was funny. She's a sweetheart.
She is.
We
and it
should
was
do
so nice of her
something
to come
cowboy
on.
inspired next year.
We should have a Carrie Smith knit along. It's
Carrie
cowboy in music.
Smith knit along. PPV out there, nothing more.
I would love to do something with a little,
Even your knitting,
you know,
Ann,
horse
Pegula.
motif or
mean-
boots, cowboy boots motif
Yeah.
on it. It would be really cute.
Anne's not even knitting all black. She's using
Hmm.
Mystery Mouse. So
But you know, noir is noir.
there's some good noir movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
Some
should
good
do a Terry
mystery.
Smith knit along, something deprogrammed, something knit
Yeah,
along.
something
Yeah.
related to Kerry. It would be
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah,
It would be.
cowboy hats or shoes, boots, or
Her favorite color is blue, so you
Yeah,
could do
true.
something in blue.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
And
fun.
what else?
Should all
And
knit hats for
still
Tiger.
for next year, already thinking about next
Tiger
year, I
knit.
still would like to use some of my self-striping yarn for next year because I really would like to, yeah, to
well,
have
there's still
something
going to be the
joyful and
self-stripe,
colourful
the
to
sock
knit.
arm
Good.
thing.
Yeah, the sock arm, whatever. Yeah.
When they do that, do the sock arm one with your self-striping.
Morgan still wants to do it. It's just a time thing.
Yeah, now that she's got her channel back,
Mm-hmm.
her new channel. So
I've got my
yeah, and there's
yarn
no-
all
and-
picked up.
and there's patterns in all weights. There's worsted patterns. There's DK. There's fingering.
I'm gonna do the
self-striping.
one with the sleeves. With the, yeah, it's a drop sleeve.
The drop shoulder. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like that one. My daughter likes that
Do
one
that
too.
one. Bye, Joe.
She's in, she's out. That's the way it goes. Yeah, today was a quiet day for us. Other than Joe talking about our viewers who are in prison. Did she know something we don't
Just
know,
go to
Therese?
prison and get your stuff printed off. I'd rather go to the library, but okay, whatever you want to do.
Did she know something we don't know?
Oh, sorry, I
Hey,
dropped
Joe?
out. Yeah.
Joe, do you mentioned people who are in prison could print out the mitten pattern. Do you know something about our
I can't
viewers
hear
we
you.
don't know?
I can't
Do
hear
you know
anything.
something? Here, let me check your mic. No, your mic's not muted. All your things are good.
Now I can hear you. I can now
Okay.
when you leaned forward, I could hear you.
Let's
Um,
lean forward.
And
Do you know something? Do you know something about our viewers who might be in prison? Because you mentioned earlier that if they were in prison, they could still print out the mitten pattern. Is there something you're not telling us?
I mentioned earlier about if you're in prison, you can still join us with the mittens.
Yes. Is there something you know about our viewers you don't? Is there something about our viewers you're not telling us?
So and here's my question. So like in the rec room where the TV
Yeah.
is in prison, are they watching?
Yeah. No comments
Hi
from the
guys.
peanut gallery. Listen, guys, you know, I may know things. It is possible.
Hey,
It's
we
us.
welcome all
everyone.
our viewers. You know that.
Of
Anyone's
course.
welcome to come watch and chat.
Absolutely. Wherever you are in the world, whatever your thinking is, if you are a crafting person and you don't mind listening to me ramble on in the background, come and join us. Every week,
That's right.
we try to get here to catch up on the news and check in on each other. And it's, you know, the only sort of adult outlet I have with the crafting world.
Me too.
What was I
It's
also going to say?
shenanigans
Oh,
and tomfoolery.
yeah. Something else I saw too, which motivated me a little bit, is scrappy dresses and scrappy, you know, scrappy tops and things like that. And I'm not talking about stripy stuff. I mean true scraps. So different widths of stripes and different textures. And I saw a couple of really cool looking dresses that I thought would be great in the winter to throw a skivvy underneath, short sleeve or 3/4 sleeves, and a pair of tights and a pair of boots, and away you go. So that kind of
Teresa and I are trying
inspired
to
me
figure
that
out what
I
a
could
skivvy is.
I know what
Teresa
it
and I are
is.
trying to
a
figure out
skivvy.
what you define. Well,
Skivvies
what is
are
your definition?
underwear. They're
Well,
your
I know that,
undergarments.
but you would assume you, but you would
Right?
assume you would throw them under all your clothes, Joe. That's my point.
Are you not
Oh,
wearing
no.
any now? Don't answer that. Don't
No,
answer.
I've got a t-shirt sweatshirt on. So this is just what we call a sweatshirt, the same as you, a t-shirt fabric but long sleeves.
Sure.
No,
Mhm.
a skivvy is more stretchy fabric, like a bit of elastane in it, and it has a high neck that you can fold over. So a polo neck, not a mock turtleneck. That's just like a sweatshirt. But a
Long
skivvy is
johns.
Long johns.
like long johns for the outside outerwear. It's not like a
Okay.
Spencer that Neil might wear. So Neil would wear a Spencer under his shirt or his,
Sure.
yeah, like a singlet top. A long sleeve Spencer would be perhaps wool or natural fibers and would be skin tight, and you'd probably want to wear it if you're going to the snow, and it's thin fabric. Like they would wear that under their pajamas as like long johns. Yeah, long johns.
Okay, because
But
to us,
thinner than long john.
skivvies are your underwears, Joe.
Yes.
And when you
Oh
said put
no,
your
a
skivvies on,
skivvy.
it made me think. Well, does that
Oh,
mean you don't do it when you wear other things? So,
got a
okay,
wave to me, mate, there in the
you're not
cattle
wearing
truck.
kilts, Joe.
Um,
Don't need to know.
truck.
Just-
No, a
There's no
skivvy
animals
is
falling
just
off
like
that truck, are there?
no, it's one of my friends with his cattle truck. A skivvy is like a turtleneck sweater, I guess, but cloth, not wool. It's always like an elastane, or it's something that's a bit stretchy and firm on your body, not too loose and baggy, and just keeps you nice and warm. Just reminds me of like ski wear, when people wear that long sweater with
You
the
guys
polo neck.
know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
know.
It's
A
yeah,
skivvy.
it's underwear.
I
Yeah.
mean, I have gone out in my long johns. I used to go out when I lived in Philly. There was a nightclub. I think it was on the corner of 3rd and Vine, for all of those who are as old as me. And what was it called? It was called the Black Banana. The Black Banana nightclub I used to go to. And we used to wear our long johns there. Yeah, I used to have a pair of burgundy long johns, and we thought it was cool. I mean, honest to God, we don't. I think I've said this before. We don't go out to discos and nightclubs at 11 o'clock at night. We go out at dinner time, or after work finishes at 5 or 5:30. You go and you get a little bit lubricated at the bar, and then you go off and you dance the night away for hours and hours, and then you crawl home in the early hours in the morning. But you guys in the US do it a bit far more differently from us, because some of your nightclubs back in the day, when I was a cool person, didn't open till 11 o'clock at night. You couldn't get in until 11 o'clock at night. And that's where I used to hang out, in my burgundy Spencer. So if you were ever there back in the, oh golly, when was it? In the 90s? When I was there dancing the night away? That was me that you saw in the burgundy Spencer.
No, I didn't see you, because I was doing it in Baltimore. And the one place,
Jersey.
and the place, same thing. And the place we went to was called down in Fells Point. There's a bunch of bars, one after another, after and the place we used to go to was called The Horse You Rode In On, and that was the
wow. What a cool name.
So there are all these really skinny little bars all along, and you just went from one to another to another. Same thing. Yeah.
Yep.
The Horse You Rode In On. That should be the name of a cow. That should be the name of a cow. The Horse You Rode
Anne
In
would
On.
love it.
I love it.
If we're doing a Carrie Smith cow, and since she loves cowboy hats and cowboy boots, that could be the name of the cow. So. Yes, let's not talk about Ann Pinkett and horses.
No.
Whether or not to eat them.
I already mentioned it. So
Oh, crap. You know what? Anne
thing.
can't join in. Don't let her join in our cow. We can cancel her for one cow. That's only like a mini cancellation. A pause. Hey, let's do a pause on Pink of a Cow. Sorry.
No.
We love you, Anne. Joe's just messing.
It is funny, though.
It is.
I'm just messing with your girlfriend. Paws on Pinkerver, the horse you rode in on. It'd be funny to come up with some names for horses. It would be funny. Horses for
honey.
all courses. We could imagine the names we could make.
Honey,
You
I
know,
can
Horsey
come up with,
McHorseface.
I trained
Horse and
horses for 20 years. I got all the names.
I love horses'
Some are good,
names, how
some are
clever they
bad.
are now.
Yep.
It's not about the horse now. It's about its name when you go to
about its
bet at
name.
the whatever you
Oh, for
do.
sure.
It's about the name. It used to be about the colour. I remember when I was younger and my workmates would have the newspaper out and, you know, we'd have that on the table looking at all the sweepstakes and things we would do for the Melbourne Cup, which comes up next month very soon.
Yep.
And the race that stops the nation, the Melbourne Cup, and it was all about the colour of the mare. Was it a grey mare? And then it was what colour is the jockey wearing? Now it's what is the name of the horse? How clever is the name? And if it's got a name that makes you, you know, feel good or giggle, that's usually the horse you put your bet on. Now, I don't know how scientific that is in order to actually win money.
It's not at all.
It's not at all. No, nobody's looking at the
Probably not
races
the
or the
best way
length
to
of
do
the
it.
races
But it's fun.
and the
It's
history
as
of
good
the
as,
horse.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. Can we have imagine having a knit along on the horse you rode in on and you named your design a horse's name. Oh my gosh, that would be funny.
Oh, I win.
Yeah.
I have all the
forget
good
about
names and the bad names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Horsey McHorseface. I do love that name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Summer.
You know,
Well, here's the thing,
Anne might be busy.
Joe.
Anne might be
Joe.
busy that month anyway.
Joe, depending on your schedule, the Melbourne Cup is the first Tuesday in November. If we were to do film on Tuesday instead of a Monday,
Yeah.
we could do
But it's
we could
yeah,
do
I'll be here, but it's on afterwards. It's on in the afternoon. So
well, I know, but we could,
I'll be here, but you'll miss it. Oh, we could have a look at the guide. I'll get the newspaper and we
Yeah.
can have a look at the form guide, shall we? And
the horses'
actually
names,
study
yeah.
the form and work out which horse I can put money on for all of us.
I
We'll
win.
do a little bet,
No.
a little wager,
No.
shall we?
No, we'd let Therese pick them. Or we could do Derby
No,
Day
we
all wear
can
hats.
confer. We can confer, but I know a lot.
We can
about-
confer. I can put a couple of dollars down.
But you
I mean,
guys
what is
go-
it? I
you
could put
guys
down
go
a
the
skein
wrong
of
way
yarn.
around. You guys go the wrong way around.
No, I could put down a
You
skein
go-
of yarn on a horse and we could be big winners or big losers. Let's do it. That'll be fun. Because I don't even know how to do all that stuff. I used to just go into the betting place. Not that they have them anymore. I think I'd have to go online now. I'd have to go online and have an account on some betting tab thing.
Yeah.
Let me look into it this week. And we can put some money down. We can put a skein of yarn down on a horse and see if we're big winners or big losers.
Well, I got to see
I'll
the.
do
I
that.
gotta
That'll
see
be
the
my
horses-
homework.
I got to see the past performances. I got to see what's.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll get the form
Animal
guide.
rights.
Yeah, I'll get the form guide. The
Mhm.
form guide will be published in whatever newspaper a few days before, and then we can work out. It'll probably be in the Sunday papers, and then we can work out any scratchings, and
Yes.
we can go from there. Because I don't know what I'm talking
Okay.
about. I'm just telling you what I've read in the past. You know.
I'll help
Well,
you. I know what I'm talking
see-
about.
Seeing as I know how competitive
Exactly.
you are, and especially with your
No.
favorite teams, I'm going to put down
Have
a
I?
challenge for you guys. I'm
Uh-oh.
going to put down a couple skeins of
What?
yarn to whichever one of your teams does the best this season. So whichever one of your
Oh,
teams,
just send it to
does
me
the best.
now. Send it to me now. You know my
I'll send
team's
it-
better
I'll
than
send
her
it.
team.
because I have your knit night merch I need to send you, and I'll throw in a couple skeins of yarn with it to whoever's team
Good
does
grief.
the best. Because we know it's not my
Sorry,
team. My team.
Therese.
Alrighty. I think we're done now.
Sorry, Therese.
think-
Yeah, send me all your
No,
yarn.
You'll be sorry.
That's
You'll,
easy.
you'll
That's
be
an easy
sorry
thing.
later. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'll see if our other friends want to participate too. You know.
Maybe there's
Yeah.
some losers yarn that you can send to Therese.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll see if I can find yarn.
You know what?
Tell you
That
what,
doesn't
I'll see-
hurt me.
I think I'll try and find yarn in whatever team colors you guys have. So I'll send you yarn in your team colors. How's that? Whoever
We are the
wins.
champions.
So there's
We
black and gold,
are the
there's black and gold,
champions.
and then there's puke. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Just to be fair, though, if it's Tomsky's team who wins,
Hey,
he's gonna
Therese,
brag on both of
better
you.
practice. Therese, you start practicing your country music lyrics. You got to tell us how your dog died, your team lost, and your husband ran off with another woman. You better get started on those lyrics, girlfriend. Get started, because one of those things are going to happen.
What does that have to
Oh,
do
only
with?
one.
What is she talking
She thinks your
about?
team's gonna lose. You need to write a country song about your team losing. That's what she's saying.
Country
One of those
music
things is
song.
gonna happen.
Get your country
This
music
sounds like
song.
Gary and Dan Vasque right now.
I know it does.
Start writing those lyrics, girl, because like you got to be singing about how you ready. Listen carefully. How either your dog died, your team lost, or your husband left with another woman. Guess which one of those three is going to happen?
My dog's
Yes.
gonna die.
No, you're terrible. You are terrible. You
Well,
are
my
terrible.
husband might run
Start
off. He
writing
can't
that
run, but he might run
honky
off.
tonk
I don't know.
country
He can't go
soul
very fast.
music.
Off.
He can't really run, so you can catch him pretty quick.
He'll shuffle off. He's
Start
having hip
writing.
replacement surgery on Thursday, so maybe he'll limp off. Maybe with the nurse.
Oh, I'm telling you. I know the topic of your next greatest hit. Oh, my team lost. Oh, again.
Okay, and on
My
that note,
team lost.
probably ought to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Thank you for popping in, Joe
Eagles.
Bob. Despite
Fly,
life,
Eagles, fly.
Fly, beagles.
Thanks for sending me all your wool. I'll take it all. Bring it to me, baby. Bring it to me.
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll
Season's
see,
not over yet.
nothing. I'm in the future. It's over when I sing. It's over. Sorry, Therese. Condolences on your team.
Don't be sorry.
They gave it a good try, a red hot go. Don't be sorry. Sorry about
Now she's
your team,
predicting the
Therese. You're
future.
useless.
Says the chick whose team just lost to the Jets. Are you kidding me?
Hey, it was
Cheers to the
close.
Jets.
It was close. We just got to be
shouldn't
tired at the end.
close to
That's
the
all.
Jets.
She's
It shouldn't
right.
It was
It shouldn't be
close.
close with the Jets. Seriously.
Are you kidding
But-
me?
It was a valiant
Thanks
effort.
for joining our crazy.
You know what? I like when they build up their confidence just to get shot down at the end.
La 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 la.
What are you, 4?
La, 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 la.
Did the Jets win because Taylor Swift is dating a Kelsey brother? Is that why the Jets won?
Oh, Jesus, Taylor Swift. That's Pirates.
Now I'm
Way
having
down.
nightmares. Taste.
Shake it off, Joe Bob. Shake it off.
Thanks for coming.
Stupid song.
If you've come more than once, we appreciate it. It's our 20th time we've done this. Can you believe it?
Why
It
are
took
you
us only
here?
how many years? It only took us 2
Why
years
are
to
you
actually
listening to
go
this
through with
shit?
it.
I don't understand. Oh,
Oh, hi,
Morgan.
Morgan.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for showing up, Morgan.
No, she has a life. You can't expect her every
She has
time.
a life. She's
Joe
not.
Bob's talking shit about football, Morgan.
That's right,
Of
Morgan.
course
This
I
is
am,
when
Morgan. You know my. Morgan knows.
Okay.
Jalen, right? Morgan knows my team is better than your team. She's just closer to you and she doesn't want to get hit.
What?
what? Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Sorry I couldn't make it. Well, you're probably glad you didn't make it
You're
because
probably
I've caused a dilemma. But maybe she'll be in next week. And maybe some of our other friends will join next week. Hopefully everybody feels better. Neil, get well. Because really, this cold
Better.
thing's dragged
Yes,
on long
ma'am.
enough.
right.
You
Enough,
really,
enough.
you've
Poor
had the
Neil.
man flu
Man
a whole
cold.
week now.
Really?
Get over
Let
it.
it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. Shake
Get
it
over
off.
it,
Competition
Neil.
between their
Get
teams,
over
Morgan.
it.
I'll fill you in later.
Neil. Here's my hot tip for Neil. get some Vicks Vapor Rub and rub it on your feet and put on a pair of socks and talk to me in a couple of days, Neil. Guaranteed to make you feel a lot better. Vicks Vapor Rub, the old blue jar, slather it on your feet, put a pair of socks on, talk to me in 3 days.
Yep.
You'll be
Okay.
right. That's Dr.
Well,
Joe
that-
Bob's tip for today. And I have
True.
to go home to that sick kid and take her to her art exam now.
Slap some vapor rub on her feet.
Right?
Under the vest.
Slap some socks on.
You know, maybe it'll work for Charlie too. She'll be sitting in class with her socks and vapor rub on.
Oh, no, I'll not do that to her till she comes home. Because, by the way, you'll stink like a camphor chest. But that's okay. That's okay.
okay.
Neil can do it. He's only got his cats. His cats might leave him alone for a little bit then. He'll smell like camphor and menthol.
All right. Talk to you guys next week.
Hi, guys.
Love you both. Thanks for joining in. Thanks, chat.
Enjoy your crafting
Thanks,
this week. I hope
everybody.
you get a lot more done than
Like,
I've done.
subscribe, do all this stuff. Come
Don't
back
feel
next
afraid to
week.
frog.
Love you,
Joe
girls.
Frog's on camera, so bye.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
I should be French.